like that Keisha, like, do you love me? Do you love me not? Love me, love me not, love me, love me not, love me. Them looks like love me, love me not, love me, love me not, love me not. Damn, you hit the spot. I pop back, 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 I pop back, 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 back.
Hey you guys, so I'm here with this video and I just wanted to make this video because listen, lately I haven't really been feeling my best self. I feel like when I was younger, when I was a little bit more less in my weight, I used to always want to dress up and just like apply my makeup and just look my very best and just go out and about. But when I tell you, like, I have not been feeling that way for so long, and I think it's mainly because I gotten comfortable with just being natural. I don't know what it was. It was just at one point in time where I really had just like felt comfortable in being my natural self, not really having to go out all the time and like apply myself in that way. Not saying I didn't look appropriately, but just was like okay without doing the whole 9 yards, a whole beat face and everything. In some kind of way I got lost into that. Not saying that it's not okay to be comfortable, because I mean, when you're comfortable with self, you're comfortable, period. You know what I'm saying? And you know that you can look like this and be completely okay with it, and you can look like this and still be okay with it. But I stopped trying, and it affects me mentally, it affects me emotionally, it affects me spiritually, and it definitely affects me, affects me physically. And I just kind of get to a point where I have to uplift myself. A lot of times I'm like out and about and I'm looking at all these girls and how they're just really just like, you know, just these little young, little slim, mature, you know, individualities out here. And I just really feel like, you know, I don't do that for myself anymore, and I don't even try. And I know for a fact that when I get to looking at other people and stuff like that, not to say I want to be them, but it just makes me remember the time, you know, like when I used to be young and at this age and at this weight, and I was out here flaunting, and I've kind of lost myself. And to be honest with you, like, I kind of been through that, but I just feel like the older I get, the more and more I feel the heavy weight of me no longer applying myself. It's like I don't care anymore. And I just felt like I had to make this video to just boost my self-esteem, because I don't apply myself anymore. And also I feel like sometimes people can affect your mood as well. I have family members, just saying in general aspect, or just, you know, in general real state being, that will tell you, baby, like, you just don't do nothing no more. You don't even try anymore. You don't even apply yourself anymore. Like, you know, like, if you could just do this, maybe you can get a man, or this, that, and the third. Well, first off, let me just go ahead and say, I don't feel like I should, for one, have to do this for the simple fact of having a man. And I think that's the thing about it. I don't know if they meant anything about it for real, but I just kind of felt like, okay, for one, I took a break to just kind of like do my own thing, because I was always in somebody's space or face, or they was always in my space and face. So the one time I decided that I wanted to be to myself, to love self, to be with self, it should just solely be, I do this for self, and not because, you know, like I can't get a man because I no longer apply myself. I should want to do it for myself anyways. I mean, yes, you know, that's a plus too, to do it for, you know, the sake of a guy. I think I have to look at it like this. In the terms that they put it, I just kind of blocked it out, but I kind of do understand and took some part of the message away from that concept, or that concept apart from that message, and just was looking at, okay, like, take this time to apply yourself, remember who you are, and, you know, just, it was okay with being comfortable with self, but allow yourself from time to time to, you know, show up and show out. You know, like, don't forget who you are, lose sight of that. You know, just like, remember to always still feel your best. And I feel like if you can get yourself together and love self, whether you're comfortable in your own skin, or you're also comfortable with just kind of like, you know, turning up a couple of notches and being on the scene, take the time to still feel good about self, no matter what you do. Whether you do is just want to lounge around the house and just not really apply yourself as much as you used to, or when every one, you know, 1 times out of 10 or whatever you want to call it, you do decide, okay, like today's the day that I want to step up and just like, do something different with myself today. So by the time when you do decide to meet somebody, it's not because you were doing it because you was trying to look good for that person. You were looking good for yourself. And it just so happened that in the midst of you looking good for yourself, you end up kind of coming around to meet someone for you while looking good and being you, if that makes sense. I don't really know. I mean, oftentimes when you think about it, you do, think of yourselves in the future like you want to meet your mate. If you're truly one of those ones that wants to get like married, have a wife or, a husband and everything. I don't know if it's, no, I can't say that. I'm pretty sure it does apply to the percentage of men, but for most of the times I'm speaking on women's behalf because we take looks a little bit more serious because we're dainty, we're feminine, we're women. So like a lot of times for the ones, I'm not for sure that think of being married, me and a wife someday, having a family and just kind of prospering on and, movements that way. Like, think of yourself in a way where you're just kind of like, okay, I need to be presentable. So one day when I come across my husband, like I'm ready, like I have my mind right, I have my spirituality right, I have my physical right, and I have my funds financially right. Like everything is in check mentally, stably, not stably, I said stably, y'all. Stable. I guess that's what I'm trying to get. Anywho, you just want to have all those things checked. And I'm not saying you're going to be perfect or anything like that. You are just going to have a different side to you when that time comes. You're going to be ready. You're going to be more than comfortable. You're going to be confident in who you are and what you have going on. You're going to bring things to the table. And you're going to bring them in all those categories I just hit early on in this whole voiceover I just been talking with you guys on. So it's like all you're doing is just sitting pretty at this point. And when he pops up, he's gonna be like, okay, look, here's this woman who has it together. Like she is flawed and she still is gonna make mistakes. That's a given because we are all sinners and we're all gonna make mistakes. But here she is. She's ready. She has so much love for herself that she takes time to invest in self. And I think that's all what it is, really, an investment in self. And I had to ask myself, am I investing in self? Yeah, I'm lazy. I have to be real with you. I've been real lazy. I mean, I'm on the right path when it comes down to working towards a goal, but sometimes along the way, I get discouraged. And that's kind of, in general terms speaking. But in my case, when I get discouraged, which is pretty often because I live in fear. And let's just be real, that's a whole nother video for another time. But I tend to just kind of just let things unravel instead of just holding on and trying to keep things together the best way I can. So I feel as though I could do a lot better, and especially with my looks. Like I said before, there was a time when I used to do that, and now I just feel like I've letting that slip through my hands. I've letting that get away from me. So I have to find that way back. And I feel like if I can just try to apply myself a little bit more, like even there were times when I wasn't even going away, y'all. I'll just be in the house. I just put on a whole beat face for no reason. And it's really not an excuse to put a beat face on. I just would do it just because I'm extra like that. But maybe that's good practice. Maybe that's good to do because at the end of the day, you are putting an investment and effort towards yourself. And it's like, you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong in investing in yourself. So I think I just need to make more investments in myself. I think everybody should make investments in themselves. I think you should always have a project to invest in. And manifestations wise, as manifesting in these investments with yourself or with your future or with your goals or whatever accomplishment that you got going on or you're speaking of in the future for you to come or for it to come. So I just feel like in all what I'm really just saying, you guys, it might seem like I'm kind of just bloating, just going around. I just feel like I need to do better with self. I've let myself down in so many times and I've like just kind of waddled in it. I just kind of just always am mentally deprived of it, and I just want to do better. And I just feel like sometimes you got to remind yourself to do better. and I don't really feel like I have a lot of people positive wise to remind me to do better. I feel like what I have from time to time is people that just kind of like come off offensive to me, because I feel like maybe they weren't being offensive, but I feel like just the overall negativity in their mouth from half the time when I talk to them, anything that deals with me in some type of shape, form of that way, I take it negative. So I already be, in my feelings about that, especially when it's come from close to home, like your immediate family or something like that. But I just felt like I needed to do this. Needed to come on here and just kind of like let things flow and just kind of just watch myself transform in this video as I'm talking with you all about this here, because it's very real and I feel like nobody talks about it like they need to, they should. And I really need to find that path. I feel like the next step is this weight, and honestly, like I said before, there's gonna be a video for another time, but that is the biggest thing. I am like one of the biggest things, let me add that I'm battling with. And I just feel like, maybe that's part of my esteem, because I feel like food is my go-to. Food is my comforter or confidant or whatever you want to call it. And it's also my it's also, what do I want to say, it's also not my friend, it's evil. It is my enemy, basically. So yeah, I just have to come on here and just like have this conversation with you guys, this little chit chat. I know it's a short chit chat. It's like a 13-minute video, if I'm not mistaken. But I feel like I just kind of wanted to take this time to just kind of just spread this, like news, or spread this positivity or whatever it may be. Don't lose yourself, just if you feel like you're not what you're used to be, make it, sis. Make it, bro. Do what you have to do to like make yourself happy in that moment. Trying to find happiness is something hard. It's not just around the corner. It's not gonna come just like that. You have to be that person to bring the happiness to you. You got to meet it, and you got to meet God halfway. You can't just pray about things, be like, God, I need this, and expect God to just kind of come out of nowhere and just be like, your wish is command. I mean, it will be, his command, but you have to meet him halfway. You can't just let him do all the work. You have to meet him halfway. That way you can both come 50-50 and he'll just provide, So I really just enjoyed this conversation, this chit chat. It feels good to just sit behind this voiceover and talk to you guys while, letting this video play. I think I'm going to do more of those. I really just feel like weight has been lifted off my shoulders, basically. Well, in this time right now. That's why I feel like I should probably do more, because, I don't want to continue to let it just build up. Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw Cupcake. She was in my lap, and I didn't want y'all to be looking like, what is that? So letting y'all know she's in the video, and she's just kind of like in her own little world right now, wants some attention while I'm doing this video. But yeah, so yeah, I just wanted to come on here, you guys, and give y'all a little positivity while I'm spreading positivity for myself. I actually feel pretty good with seeing this video, seeing me like this, because when I tell you, I don't get dressed up like that, and I haven't been like this for a while. I don't even go to work. I mean, in this case where I work at, I could not. I don't think it's that serious, because I just feel like by the end of the day, lashes probably won't even be on in the first place, but I guess it doesn't matter. So if you like this video, make sure you share, subscribe, comment, like this video, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye, my loves.